Hi, viewers. Welcome to another episode of the Brainstorm. Today, we're going to talk about how to be at peace with yourself. Now, why do we choose this topic on this episode? Look around you, from the family level to your peer group to your organization to everywhere you associate with, to the internet, the social media. I would say there is so much going on. There's so much pressure from your peers, from your colleagues, from your family, from everywhere, pressuring people to do a lot of things. Sometimes you need to get some resources. You need to rethink. You need a source to keep yourself calm in the midst of turmoil going on everywhere. Now, the first thing that I think, that I know we should all do, is to try to be at peace with ourselves. Now, you need to be calm in the midst of turmoil. You need to be contented with who you are, what you are, and where you are. I'm not saying that you shouldn't have ambition. What I'm saying is that you should be emotionally at peace with yourself. There should be no emotional conflict with yourself or with people that you associate with. If you look in the social media today, you'll see people flaunting wealth, talking about the impossible, and they make it look very real. They make it look as if it is achievable. Now, this has put pressure onto so many people, and we have had cases, people developing hypertension when they should not. We have had cases of people doing things to themselves, that they should not. And so sometimes at the end of it, it affects the family. Could affect your parents, could affect your children, could affect your siblings and all that. So the first thing on how to be at peace with yourself is to forgive your mistakes. Now, we are all human beings. We are not perfect in our ways. On daily basis, you could have mistakenly said things, you could have mistakenly done things, but since these were mistakes, you are bound to forgive yourself. When you dwell too much on mistakes, you let it weigh you down. It kind of puts you at conflict with yourself. So you should be able, after making mistakes, which are part of life, to be able to forgive yourself of the mistakes that you have made, so that you can be emotionally stable and at peace with yourself. Another way of making peace with yourself is to compliment yourself regularly. Oftentimes, people do not compliment themselves. You need to begin to compliment yourself that you are doing well, because you are putting in daily efforts in whatever you are doing, in wherever you are. So you should be able to compliment yourself. You should be able to compliment yourself and be kind to yourself. A lot of people are not kind to themselves. They kind of verbalize negative things about themselves. they kind of see themselves as the worst version of human beings. No, you have to be kind to yourself. You have to compliment your efforts, because that will help to calm you down and make you at peace with yourself. Another very important thing is to set realistic objectives. This is very important in the sense that I know at the end of the year and beginning of the year, people make resolutions, people make proclamations. You could proclaim to yourself that this is going to be the year of uncommon transformation. This is going to be the year you make millions and billions. This is going to be a year of your breakthrough in wealth and all that. Now, sometimes people make these proclamations that are unrealistic and put pressure onto themselves. This is January, this is February, this is March, and I have not yet, made 1/3 or whatever percentage of the objectives you set for yourself. That is going to bring pressure to yourself. So what are those realistic objectives? We have to learn to count from 1 before we can count 2. When all of us started primary school or kindergarten or whatever level you started, you see that the teachers at that level start you from the simplest things before they introduce you to complex things. And that is even part of the principles of growth and development, from simple to complex. So you have to set realistic, simple objectives to yourself. There are a lot of things for yourself. There are a lot of things that you can do in simple ways. Even if you want to make savings, you can start in a very simple way or proportion, from very little things to the big ones. That is very important. And you have to practice. Another point to make peace with yourself or to be at peace is to be patient. You have to practice patience. You don't think that things will occur, in a whole at the same time. So things happen gradually. So you have to be patient when you are setting objectives, when you are making proposals, when you are implementing, any project. So you have to be patient and see it grow. Now, another thing to be at peace with yourself is to do the right thing always. When you do the right thing, your conscience is clear and you remain at peace with yourself. Another point is not to try to be a perfectionist. We all have to give room for mistakes because we are human beings. When you set that goal of being a perfectionist, you realize that you would always be at a turmoil. You would always, be in conflict with yourself, because you would realize sooner or later that you are making simple mistakes, or mistakes that human beings do make. Another very important point is to laugh and smile. Laugh and smile a lot. Do not think that the whole world is your burden. When you begin to have this mindset that there's no reason for you to smile, no reason for you to laugh, you kind of, wreak, I would say, vendetta on yourself. So you have to learn to smile, learn to laugh a lot. And one very important thing too is that you should not bottle up feelings. When you bottle up feelings, you are bound to explode one day in one way or the other. So you should learn to vent when it is possible in a very respectful or mature way. Now, another very important point to be at peace with yourself is to seek counseling, seek professional counseling, or talk to a willing and reliable listening ear. You don't talk to anybody. You would have a willing, reliable ear to talk to. So it will help you to create that atmosphere of peace with yourself. Very important again, which is tied to the objective, do not build your Rome in one day, because this Rome was not built in one day. Sometimes we are too much in a hurry to make certain things happen at the time that it germinates. You want to harvest what has just germinated. So give room and take your time to build these things, to do things, and have that patience. Very important thing, do not be involved in undue competition. Undue competition will make you see yourself as a failure, whereas you are not. So do the things that you can do, and whatever you cannot, try again. Do not place yourself or put yourself in undue competition. Another very important thing is that, do the things that make you happy. I mean, legitimate things that make you happy. If it means that you dance, you sing, you visit people, if those things, make you happy, do them, but do not be involved in things that are not legitimate and think that they will make you happy. Now, another very important point is to keep a link with your source of inspiration. What does that mean? Now, people pray, people meditate, people sing. What is your source of inspiration? If you are a Christian, what is your source of inspiration? If you are a Muslim, what is your source of inspiration? If you are a Jew, what is your source of inspiration? Many people have their sources of inspiration. Maintain that link, because there's that supernatural being. You may call God, you may call Jehovah, you may call Yahweh, you may call whatever name you have to call. There's that supernatural entity that keeps our inspiration. Maintain that link with your source of inspiration to make you at peace with yourself. Very important, but not the least, is to involve yourself in regular exercises. Now, research has shown that exercises improves mood, and we don't want to go into the technicalities or the hormones, that are involved in this, but generally, know that studies have shown that regular exercises, improves mood. So involve yourself in exercises and practice all these points. You would realize that you would be at peace with yourself. Please place a like to this video, put down your comments, and then turn on the notification button. Do you agree with me on this topic of brainstorming? Now, let me read your comments down there. I will be back with another very exciting and inspirational topic. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.